All right, so now we are moving into solving one-step inequalities, but these problems will be about multiplication. So the one that we have here is they want us to solve 8x is less than or equal to 40. We need to check our solution. We also need to graph the solution set on a number line. All right, so first things first, I'm going to write that problem out. So we have 8x is going to be less than or equal to 40. Okay. And so same thing that we've been talking about. We're going to use PEMDAS, but we're going to use it in reverse operation, in reverse order because we are trying to isolate the variable. So remember, we're trying to undo whatever is stopping x from being isolated, right? So we're going to work from subtraction up through parentheses if we need to. So what we're doing is I see that x is not isolated because we are multiplying by 8. So I'm going to use the inverse operation of multiplication, which is going to be division, right? And if we're talking about multiplication or division, we need that value on the side that has the variable to become 1. Remember, if it becomes 0, then the problem no longer exists. And so we don't want to get rid of the problem. We're just trying to solve it. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide both sides by 8. Okay, and when we divide 8 by 8, 8 divided by 8 becomes 1, right? So 8 divided by 8 is 1, right? And so that would be the same thing as 1x, but remember, we don't need to write the 1. So usually I would just cross it out to let me know that that cancels out. Not cancels out, but it becomes 1, and I just cross it off that way. It just lets me know that I'm left with 1x, right? So I'm going to have 1x here, and then I'm going to bring down my inequality sign, and then 40 divided by 8 is 5. Okay, so we have this. Now we can check our solution. Let's see if this is a true solution. So let's say I plug in, it says x is less than or equal to 5. So let me think, x has to be less than or equal to 5. Well, what if I make x 4, right? So 8 times 4, is that less than or equal to 40? Well, 8 times 4 is 32, and that is less than or equal to 40. So this is a true statement. Now, we need to graph it so that we can find out all of our solutions that makes this a true statement. So I usually plot 0 in the middle, and then I'm looking for the value that we're comparing it to. So we're talking about 5. That's a positive, so I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to place my circle on top of 5. We're going to shade it in because it's also including 5, right? And so all the values that would make this a true statement has to be less than 5. So I'm going to look for any of the answers that are less than 5, which means that I'm going to the left of 5.